Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maggie and I am the PlantyMomma. And we're going to talk about my current wish list plants for 2021. So these are in no particular order and I have them pulled up on my computer, and then when I edit, because I film on my phone, I will put the pictures that I'm looking at specifically right there. All right, and like I said, this is in no particular order. Most of them are Hoya. But yeah, all right, so let's get started. So the first up on this list today is the Hoya Nova Ghost. Now this Hoya is just so beautiful. It has rounded leaves that are completely speckled, and some of them can even come out completely silver. It is a stunning plant, and I desperately want one for my own collection. And I am a foliage person, so asking me about blooms on Hoyas is not key. There is one in here that I do really love the foliage or the blooms on. That is part of the reason why it's on my wish list, but not with the Nova Ghost. So it is a rounded leaf and it comes to a point. And it's just so stunning. I mean, just look at it. Like, look at it. Like, it's so good. So good. All right. So next up, we have got the Hoya Gray Ghost. So what's different about this one is that it doesn't typically have the pointed ends on it. And it's also more of a rounder leaf shape. So the leaves don't completely come to that point like the Nova Ghost did, and I believe the foliage on these pretty much stay that more solid kind of peekaboo dark green on that one. It's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, and of course these two Hoyas typically are going for like $250 for a one node cutting, and I'm just not about that life. So I will wait until hopefully the Hoya market dies down and people stop realizing how fantastic they are. Okay, next up is an Anthurium. So this is Anthurium Vicia, and it's so stunning. The ripples in this kill me. Like, it's such a sexy plant. Like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like underwear that has like that ruching on the back of it that like makes your butt look bigger, and it does that with this plant. Like, it just lifts up those lobes at the top and just makes it look so juicy and so sexy, and I love this. I love this plant. This was on my wish list last year, and I really would love to have one in my collection. All right, here's another Hoya for you guys. This is Hoya Noel, and the description on this one on this person's Instagram account, which I am putting everybody's tags up here for Instagram, so that way I can give them credit for their plants. But you guys, like, the description is perfect. It says, "I love these sun-kissed leaves on my Hoya Noel. It looks like a mango that's ready to eat." And it does. I mean, when these sun stress, these veins just pop out, and it is so gorgeous. Also, these leaves are massive. Like, this is one of those big leafed Hoyas that I want. I am obsessed with the larger leaves right now, and I desperately need as many as I can in my collection. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. All right. Next up, this is one that I saw on Unsolicited Plant Talks' Instagram. This is not her picture. I couldn't find her picture when I searched for it, which I did a very quick search. But this is a Hoya Clemensii, and they are like, this is the sun-stressed version of it, like how it looks sun-stressed, but it is a darker green on it, and those veins are pretty much that color on it while like with the green. So then it's just pulling out that reddish yellowy like burnt orange color, and it's just making those veins look so vibrant. And honestly, what this reminds me of it reminds me of the movie Batman and Robin, the one that has fat girl in it. And Jim Carrey plays, is it Jim Carrey? I know it's not. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the villain in it. And the guy that Ivy like infects in the lab, that he's just this big strong dude and like these big bulging purple veins. I'm gonna throw up another picture of him because I can't remember what his name is. I'll put it underneath of his picture also. But that reminds me of this, and it's not why I want it. It's just such a beautiful and unique plant. This might not be one that most people find unique or appealing, but I love it. It's kind of like the Hoya undulata. Like, it's so ugly that it's gorgeous kind of thing. All right, so next up is a Philodendron Majestic, and this is a very similar leaf shape and coloring to the mame, but it's more, the backs of it are more of like a reddish color, like a fainty reddish color, and it looks more mottled, if that makes sense, like the variegation on it. It doesn't just go up of it like the mame, it's just all over it. Like you took a paintbrush and just splashed it on it. And the leaves, when the light hits these leaves, it is stunning. And I would love to have a Philodendron Majestic. Okay, next up is a Hoya SS13-05 Ricardo. And this one is a huge dinner plate size leafed Hoya that could take up your entire face. There is one going for auction right now in a Facebook group I'm in, and it's over $300 for one that's a little bit smaller than this. And I'm just like, oh my God, why do plants have to cost as much as my car payment? This is not acceptable. It's so beautiful though, and if I can ever get my hands on one for a decent price, and by decent I mean like $50 to $60, then I will definitely jump on it. Otherwise, I'm gonna probably wait until the hype dies down on Hoya. Next up is a similar Hoya. It's the Hoya glabra. What I like about this one is obviously the big thick leaves. It's more of a heart-shaped leaf like a Chelsea, and it has these huge thick veins in it that has like the rippling in it, similar to a Chelsea. So in my opinion, this looks like a Chelsea on steroids, and it's so beautiful. It is so, so beautiful. Absolutely obsessed with that one. All right. And next up on my list is Hoya Rinziya Borneo. And this one, I saw this picture and I didn't even know that their splashing did this. I did not know that their splashing turned pink. I didn't. And now I want it even more, and it's quickly being moved to the top of my wish list for Hoya. I mean, it's just so good. So good. I mean, it's stunning. I love that center vein, how it just stands out so brightly. So good. All right, this one is probably my #1 wish list Hoya right now. This is a Hoya gangnam, and it sunstresses to like purple. You guys, like, you cannot look at this Hoya and tell me it is not so appealing. It is such a sexy Hoya, and the leaves are massive. I would love to have one of these. Love, love, love to have one of these. I have a hookup for Hoya. I might reach out to her and ask her if she has any of these available soon. But this is stunning. It's just, it hurts how gorgeous this Hoya is. And I wanted one of these for a long time. All right, next up is the Hoya carnosa Wat Dui Tung. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is just such a, like the leaves almost look like they're velvet. Someone in a local Hoya group posted this like a week ago, like her personal plant, and it is gorgeous. And I looked on Instagram and I could not find a single one with like an Instagram, I could not find a single person who had tagged this specific Hoya, so it wasn't popping up for me. But it is so beautiful, and it sun stresses to a lovely yellowy orange color. The big leaves and the big veins get me, you guys. So next up is Hoya mcclavery. Hoya mcclavery. I'm probably saying that wrong. But this is one that I'm obsessed with the foliage as much as the flowers on this. The flowers are like, get to be like 1.5 to 2 inches big. And it is just stunning. The stunning purple color with like this white center. And the flowers are just massive. And I would love to have one this size. Just those flowers though. Oh my God. And it has that elongated leaf shape, and it has, looks like each leaf typically has 6 dimples in it, which reminds me a little bit of like the Chelsea mixed with the Crinkle 8, honestly. All right. And next up we have got the Philodendron Florida Beauty. So this is the variegated form of the Philodendron Florida Ghost. And this is a stable variegation plant. And it is so stunning. It is so stunning. It is so stunning. And I love my Florida Ghost. It is such a quick grower for me. And I would love to have one of these. Okay, so we're coming up on the end here. Next up is one that's recently been added to my wish list. Basically, I've actually wanted this one for a really long time, but I always forgot to add it to my wish list. I've just always have been like one of those plants that I look for and just don't physically write it down. So that's why it's towards the end of this, because while I was talking about everything else, I'm like, what the fuck? I need to mention this one and another one that's right after this one. So this is the Hoya SP Perak Teddy Bear SR-2009-003. And this one is just, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It has white splashing to it, and then it sun stresses to this beautiful rich red color. And it's so good. And my friend Jelly just got one, and I am so freaking jealous. This is one that I cannot wait to add to my collection. It needs to happen soon. All right. All right. Last and certainly not least, this is one that a friend of mine, well, an acquaintance basically, in my local gardening group, she has one and she's posting about it all the time. And I love it and I need it. And it's so good, you guys. It is so good. So good. So good. Okay, so this is the Philodendron McDowell, and it has it's a very similar leaf to the Pastazanum, and with like the ripples and the folds on it, but it's also mixed with it's Pastazanum mixed with a Gloriosum, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll put the thing up here. But you guys, it has velvet leaves, but a Pastazanum shape. Oh my God, I'm dead. I need it. So this is one that is definitely on my wish list for 2021, and I hope to add these plants to my wish list. My wish list for 2020, I crossed off majority of the plants on my wish list for 2020. So I went a little bit cray-cray in 2020 with the plants. With these, what I'm hoping is that I just happen upon one that is a great price, and then I'll buy it if I'm able to. I don't want to stress myself out and go on a manhunt for these, but these are definitely some that I would love to have in my collection. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I recently made a wish list like story thing, like a highlight. So that way you can go in and see the wish list plant that I have. And I am going to be posting these pictures in there and tagging the correct person's page. So that way they get the credit where the credit is due, because their plants are phenomenal. But other than that, that's really all I have for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this really quick 2021 wish list plant video. What are your wish list plants for 2021? Drop those down in the comments below, and share this with your friends if they may be looking for some of these same ones, or if you have a friend that has one that's trying to sell one, send them my way. You can direct message me on Instagram. But I'm so excited to grow my collection and to continue with the rare plants in 2021. They seriously make me happy, and I cannot wait to love on all of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plants. Which one off of my list was your favorite? I would love to hear that in the comments as well. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and yeah, I've been consistent with that for a week, and that is a huge feat for me, you guys. So I'm hoping to stick with the trend on that one. And I'm still looking at this McDowell picture, and I'm just like, so good. But you guys have a great day, make good choices, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.